This is a second generation Apple Pencil, a perfectly sized writing tool that connects magnetically to your iPad. Just kidding, this is the Apple Pencil, and that was the Metapen A14, a third-party pencil you can use to write and draw on your iPad instead of the Apple Pencil, and the sponsor of this video. I'm going to be comparing the A14 to the Apple Pencil, showing the similarities and differences between them, giving them each scores, and finally providing you with my honest recommendation and details on how to enter my giveaway to win this Metapen for yourself. So let's get straight into it. What's up guys, this is Shiv and welcome back to another video. So before I get into it, you need to know one key difference between these two writing options. The Apple Pencil costs $129, whilst the Metapen A14 only costs $33. So keep this in mind during the review. That already puts the A14 up 1-0. So let's quickly cover the similarities. The pencils are both made of a soft touch plastic and have the exact same dimensions right down to the replaceable pencil tips. The A14 comes with 2 replacement tips in the box, which is a nice, albeit minor addition. And actually the only difference in hardware I can see is the button and LED light at the top of the Metapen, which the pencil doesn't have. And the light indicates different charging levels, power on and off, and connection status. Both pencils have low latency, which means there's no lag when using them, and are extremely precise, making them great for writing and drawing. They're both tilt sensitive, meaning they can detect the angle at which they're held against the iPad screen, which gives you more precise control when shading a drawing or illustration. They also support palm rejection, so you can easily rest your hand on the iPad screen when writing or drawing, without worrying about accidental touches. The most important similarity is that Metapen supports wireless charging when attached magnetically to the iPad, which is a feature many third-party pencils don't support, and make sure it's always charged and ready to use. As you can see, there are a lot of features shared between the more expensive Apple Pencil and the budget Metapen A14. So let's get on to the more interesting part of the video, the differences between the two. Let's first address pairing. Pairing with a native Apple accessory will always be more seamless than third-party accessory. So the Apple Pencil pairs with your iPad automatically when you attach it magnetically, whereas to connect the A14, you first need to turn it on by pressing the button on the end, and then selecting it from the list of Bluetooth connections. Because this is a very minor point, and you technically only need to pair the pencil the first time you use it, I'll award the Apple Pencil half a point. Now let's talk about hardware. The world's most widely used pen is one that probably all of us own, and I know I probably have around 10 of these lying around the house, and it is of course the Bic Crystal ballpoint pen. This is the pen we're most used to using every day, and it weighs just 5.8 grams. So picking up and using the 21 gram Apple Pencil can feel a little unnatural and heavy in the hand, and by comparison, the 15 gram Metapen is a lot closer to the ballpoint pen we're used to using, making it more comfortable and familiar to use, and earning the A14 another point. Now, let's talk about that button. I personally prefer the overall look of the Apple Pencil because of its more clean, simple look, and I'm not a big fan of the light that keeps changing colour depending on if the pen is charging or turning on and off. Plus, you need to turn the A14 on as it turns itself off after 5 minutes of inactivity to preserve battery, whereas the Apple Pencil is always ready to use. So, due to personal preference, that's a point to the Apple Pencil. But that button isn't just there to change colours and turn the pencil on and off, it's got additional functionality. Pressing the button once takes you to your iPad's home screen, and double tapping it opens the app switcher. The Apple Pencil's equivalent feature is the double tap to change tools, which lets you switch between 2 writing or drawing tools. I've always found this to not work too well on the Apple Pencil, and I find the A14's button functionality much more useful. So that's a point to the A14. Now, there are a couple of features that the Apple Pencil does have that the A14 doesn't, and those are the Apple patented hover and pressure sensitivity features. Hover is a feature that lets you hold your Apple Pencil up to 12mm above the iPad display to explore the tool palette or help preview before you make a mark. To be honest, I've had an Apple Pencil for the last 2 years and never used this feature, although I do only use it for writing rather than drawing, so I'm not sure if it's got a better use case for illustrations, but for that reason I'd only give half a point to the Apple Pencil. Pressure sensitivity on the other hand is a slightly more important feature, where the pencil can detect how hard you're pressing down and adjust the line thickness accordingly. And the A14 doesn't support this. Point to Apple. So what's the verdict? Well, as you can see, the scores are tied at 3-all, but I think there are two main things to consider when choosing between these two pencils. The first takes me back to the start of the video, and that's price. The A14 retails at $33, which is nearly $100 or 75% less than the $129 Apple Pencil. But is it 75% less useful? Absolutely not. In fact, you'd expect a product that's nearly 4 times more expensive to beat the cheaper product in all tests, but that just isn't the case here. And that brings me on to my second point. If your primary use case of your pen or pencil is writing notes and not drawing elaborate illustrations, I would say the A14 is perfectly capable for your everyday use and is a great substitute to the Apple Pencil. It's accurate, responsive, light, and charges wirelessly, which is actually the biggest feature for me. Even though the Apple Pencil has the hover and pressure sensitivity features, again, these are more relevant if you're drawing on your iPad. So my recommendation is, if you're a writer, go for the Metapen A14 and save yourself $100. Whereas if you're an illustrator, you may want to go for the Apple Pencil, depending on whether or not you need the pressure sensitivity and hover features it has to offer. Now, if you want to win this Metapen A14 for free, including shipping and taxes, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment giveaway in the comments below to be entered into my giveaway competition, and I'll be picking a winner at random in 2 weeks. If you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts on the Metapen A14 and Apple Pencil in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.